Hey, Tess and Zoe here. We're doing our first ever video blog, which is exciting. We're blogging outside, so I apologize about birds and windy noises. But we just finished watching a movie called Deepwater, which is a documentary about Donald Crowhurst, who is a rather interesting character and a complete fraud.
He's quite clever. I mean, it's sort of brilliant. He designed his own boat, and the Sunday Times was throwing this race around the world, and you know how the Brits are about exploring. They like to do things first. So no one had yet sailed around the entire world by themselves.
As a race.
And so that was the prize. There was a prize for whoever came back first, and whoever did it in the quickest time slot.
Yeah.
And so Donald Crowhurst. I really mispronounced that completely wrong in a variety of ways. Sorry. Donald Crowhurst.
He's brilliant. He's completely batshit.
Yeah.
But it's just bizarre how he thought he could undertake it. They described him as something a little less than a weekend sailor, and he's going out alone on the open ocean to sail. They called it like the 40s or something, which is
the
Roaring Forties, which is the strip of sea down south by like underneath Australia and New Zealand, and this stretch of ocean that is disastrous, and it's constant swells and constant storms, and even the most experienced sailors that he was competing against, there were 9 sailors total in the race. People dropped out. People who'd spent their entire life
died, yeah.
Like almost, actually, there were moments in the film where we were like, are they dying? Are they dropping out? What are these euphemisms meaning?
We don't understand British.
They're so understated. This whole documentary is like, it was a little rough. And like, meanwhile, people are like, we don't know if they're dead.
Sort of like, and then he was gone. But gone where?
Like, did he drop out?
Did he drop out?
Why?
Anyway, the most important thing we learned from the documentary was don't lie about your sailing experience.
Like, know your
limits. We'll get you in trouble, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was out there for like 6.5 months, did it end up being?
I think something like 200 something days, at least, or 300 even. It was a long time, almost a year.
And what he was doing was, he just sort of hung about, not near England, but sort of off the coast of South America, instead of ever going around Africa and through sort of the Indian Ocean and then by Australia. He just sort of chilled around there
and forged a log
for three some months.
Yeah.
It was just completely batshit, and how he possibly thought he was going to get away with it, I have no idea, but it's wow. And it was kind of heartbreaking to watch, because they had a lot of interviews with his widow and his children and sort of some friends and the journalists who were sort of following him, and the fake telegrams he was sending them, and all their hopes were just incredibly raised.
Well,
and
he was sent into this really horrible contract with his, financier, that it was, you cut back too early or you don't launch at all, you have to pay me back everything.
All the money for the boat.
All the money for the boat, which would mean he would have to sell his business, bankrupt, sell the house, he would be left
4 kids, yeah.
Yeah, 4 or 5. There was a lot of kids, but they were adorable. There was a lot of old footage of small children, which was pleasant. And then if he did come back, he would be ruined, because everyone would see he was a fraud, and everyone would know what was going on the whole time. And so he cut off radio contact, so they couldn't figure out where he was, and he went through systematically forging these logs. And what happened is people kept dropping out of the race, and he wanted to, finish, 4th or 5th. No one was really going to check the logs. It was just like an accomplishment, and he would slip away into the darkness and never be seen again.
And not so much.
No, because only one other person actually finished the race.
Yeah.
Which was Knox something. We should say his name. Knox something. I'm sorry.
A testament, I think, to how incredibly difficult it would be. Mm-hmm. I mean, and Tess and I it's very invigorating to be on the water. It's very centering. We both really, really like it, I think. But, like, you also get home, and this is after, like, being out there for 2 hours, and you're just, like,
pass out.
I need to take 3 naps to recover from this. And doing that all the time, and the isolation, the food shortages.
Yeah.
the-
People were talking about psychologists were like, this is a horrible idea. You do not want to do this. And everyone did legitimately go. Everyone went crazy. There was a wonderful Frenchman who
Like his accent.
was going to win the whole race. He was the fastest time. He was setting incredible times, faster than anyone else. And he gets around Cape Horn, and he's getting up into the Atlantic Ocean. He's gonna win the race. Everyone sees this. And he decides to turn around and do it again. He says, forget this. I love sailing. I don't ever want to go out again. And he goes and does it again. He's such an interesting character.
Yeah. He didn't actually go completely around the world twice. He stopped in Tahiti, which is fair.
Not a
That's
bad
probably
stop.
what I would do, yeah. The alcohol and swimming. Can we cut that, please? Yeah, there's so much to be learned from this. Don't lie.
Don't lie. Bring spare parts if you build your own boat. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh god. The worst part of it was for me is right at the beginning of the race, he makes this race that's supposed to take 3 days. It takes him 2 weeks. And then there's I don't know how many people were watching him leave, but when he was supposed to be coming back in, there was a crowd of 100,000 people who there were so many people watching, and he's standing there, and you're just watching, and it's called luffing. When the sail
Yeah.
does, it's luffing so badly that it falls, and you're just like,
Oh my god. Because your sail isn't supposed to drop. It's tied down, you're good to go, but it's just hanging out there, and everyone's
so embarrassing.
just sitting there thinking, oh my god. I think like the other like scary part for me was when he was in the Atlantic Ocean, and they were talking about he is bailing out his boat with a bucket, like sitting there. I'm like, what? You can't watch your sails. You can't see where you are. You can't navigate. You are literally bailing water for your own life. This is the point where I would have turned around and gone home.
I mean, and he has the radio transmission, and he always can call for help. It's just that at a certain point he decides, like, no, I can't do this. I can't let myself down. I can't let my family down. It's just kind of fucking depressing.
It's really depressing.
Yeah. But I swear a lot. I'm sorry. I don't know why the video chat is freaking me out.
Should we wrap this up?
Yes. We
It was
enjoyed
a good movie.
It was. It was quite well done. The visual shots were amazing.
They recovered his boat, which was cool. So we had his own footage and his logs, his journals, his audio recordings, which was nice to have that like first-hand perspective of what was going on. And you also had some of the other sailors, so that was cool.
It was.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You know, shots of like the open water and sunrise. It was pretty. But yeah, sad story. Good movie.
We recommend it? We recommend it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.